Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. This video is probably going to be a little over 12 minutes long because what I want to go through is the, well, just showing you that Globebusters, obviously, running from me again because they have absolutely no interest in people who can critically look at and evaluate anything that they say. Um, Last night after my live stream, I thought I'd slide on over and see what happens over at Globebusters. And Bob was going off on this little tangent about well, he was calling out a bunch of names. I'm not going to go into all of them, but I know that Reds was called out, and Wolfie was called out, and several other names, and of course I was mentioned somewhere in there. But I would just like to point out that um, if somebody comes to my site and they have something to object to what I have produced or a model I've made or an experiment that I've done, if I block them purely based on that, okay, purely based on that. Now, don't get me wrong, I've blocked plenty of flat earthers on my channel for coming over and just being downright belligerent. Um, just coming on, with all kinds of, just purely insults. I leave some of them up for the guys who don't go on very long about it because I enjoy leaving those things up so that uh, people can see that that is all that flat Earth brings to me, okay, or brings to the entire discussion period, is just insults and you're indoctrinated and you're shill and all that other neato stuff. um, Before I continue, though, I would like to point out Bob does say that he remember way back when he said that the model that they're working on is light years ahead of everything that the Globe has. Well, Bob admits in this particular stream that he's basically back on the AE map, which we all know. I mean, the majority of flat earthers, whenever I put something out with a model of flat Earth being the AE map with a dome over it, the majority of flat earthers come over to my channel and say nobody believes in that anymore. So, Bob is, I guess, he's his own little renegade. Um, and we all know that Jaren is also an AE guy. Uh, Actually, that was the title of his video: is why I'm still an AE guy, or why I'm an AE guy. Period. Um, so I'd like to throw that out there. And hey, guess what, Sean and Soundly and Wolfie and everybody? Guess what? Bob actually says on here that uh, an equatorial mount for a telescope works just fine on flat Earth. Now, Bob is never going to actually demonstrate this, okay? Bob is absolutely never going to show how this is going to work. I challenge you, Bob, to actually show that. Of course, you don't have to credit me to it because you run away every single time I ask you to do something, or to show something, or, well, basically all flat earthers in general. And to be quite honest, Bob, you claim to have engineering background and you have all these engineering friends. Somebody make me an equatorial mount that works on a flat Earth, but demonstrate it in small scale. Because obviously, if you were to take an equatorial mount and bring it outside and line it up correctly and stuff like that, of course it's going to function because we're on a globe. You are not showing the actual function. The only place that an equatorial mount will function on the on flat Earth is at the North Pole. Period. There is absolutely nothing else going on there. Okay, so please feel free. I know you won't, and you probably won't even acknowledge that I requested this, but please feel free to uh, show how that works. Simple. It's a mechanical device. In fact, I'm in the process of actually building one for myself. Um, So, all in all I want to show here is what I've done here is on the screen. I've just made a zoom in of the chat, which is also available on the Globebuster stream, of course, from last night. But I just wanted to show on here me getting blocked because of the fact that I asked questions. And And, oh, I'd like to point out one other thing that both Bob has said and, Jaren has said many times. They're not interested in having discussions or experimentation with people like me. Okay, I've been called out in that regard several times. Um, they're not interested in that. Well, here's the thing, and the only thing that they're interested in is talking to people who would accept the possibility of a flat Earth. Well, let me tell you one thing here, Jaren and Bob and all flat earthers, mind you. If um if I wasn't interested in what you had to say, I wouldn't model it out. Okay? If I wasn't interested in what you had to say, then I wouldn't perform experimentation. If I wasn't interested in what you say, you and I would probably never even know each other because I'd have seen your video and then turned around and say, yeah, whatever. Okay? Please understand what that means. Okay? If I were just coming on here providing words back at you and not doing the countless models that I've done, experiments that I've done, tests that I've done of every single claim that's been brought out. And yes, I have also tested the globe a couple of times in some of my larger experiments. And so, what is your argument about not doing an experiment with me? I know you run from the Eratosthenes experiment. Okay, you guys pointed that out quite clearly, and all you came back with on it was insults and quite honestly lies. You can go ahead and look up my video, dodge it like a globebuster. Okay, because that's what you guys did. All you did was just throw out a couple of insults, and we're not going to do it, and then you moved on. Um, if you are if you can't handle um going up against somebody like me, and I say against, meaning if you can't bring something to my attention that I cannot debunk. Okay, and no, gravity doesn't work very well in small scale when adhering water to a ball. Okay, for all of those who are about to put that, if I and oh, and I would love to hear your thing about highly charged area in my Cavendish experiment. I would love to hear about that, and why, for some reason, the bowling ball and the steel ball didn't actually pull in the or attract in any way the styrofoam plates that were around it, which is probably what you're talking about. But I don't know because you didn't go into detail on it. Why? Because you don't go into detail on these things. You just categorically discount them. Anyway, uh, if you can't go up against somebody like me, a dude sitting in front of his desk who can model things out, then exactly how are you going to compete against people who have, by comparison, unlimited resources to actually show you things in the most definitive manners? Um, so actually, it should be me that you're trying to get rid of in the fact of proving me wrong. I don't want to hear about lies. I don't want to hear about how something can be faked. I don't want to hear about how something is CGI and stuff. Prove it. Don't just say it looks like CGI. Don't just say that it looks like a model. Don't just say that it looks like this or that. Prove it. And even if you don't mention my name, for the benefit of your, well, I'm being nice calling them viewers. Um, Prove it. Don't come at me with well, just because you're indoctrinated doesn't mean that I have to show you anything. Yeah, you do, because if you want to hit this on the larger scale, you kind of need to actually provide some proof. Now, obviously, you have a big following for people who believe your words, but you need to be able to provide proof. Okay, you say that an equatorial mount works on flat Earth, prove it. Okay. You say that the Eratosthenes experiment works on flat Earth? Prove it. Okay. Things of that nature. But anyway, I'm going to go through this real quick here, just because I wanted to see if I was muted, and Bob was going off on this whole little thing about why globe earthers and flat earthers don't get together and do experimentation and all this, even though your selection of people that you want to do this with is you didn't name any names, but you actually you put it together in a category of people who would be receptive to the information. No, I I I am not receptive to your words. Okay, I am not receptive to your text, and which I thought was actually hysterical that you guys supported Southern Israelite because that's all he has is words and text, and most of that shit has actually been proven to be wrong. All he did was cherry pick some shit, threw some names out, sounded credible, and then that was it. So whatever. Anyway, let me go ahead and play this through here. There's no audio on this, but I did do it kind of picture in picture right here, just so you can see exactly where it was, and that I'm not just making up what this text was. Now, right after Bob had said that he wanted to do experimentation with Globers, um, I started to write in here. Mind my spelling, I do correct it. But I said on here that I offered to do an experiment with the Globebusters, and let's see, and I just got insulted, and blocked. So, and I'm playing this through in real time, so nobody could say that I could did this in, I was cherry picking or anything like that. Um, and then I wrote on here I got insulted and blocked by Bob and Morgile, which is true. I made a video on that. Can't really back me up. Can't really back out of that. Now, me posting one thing in here. Now watch how quickly all this stuff happens here. Okay, now remember, flat earthers are the objective folks, and globe earthers only throw insults. Okay, remember that. Okay, remember that because that's something that Bob and Morgile and um, Dearth and Jeranism and multiple flat earthers. It's not just limited to them. That's their argument is that all we ever do is throw insults. Now, that's not an insult. I said I offered to do an experiment with Globebusters, just got insulted and blocked by Bob and Morgile. Now, watch what starts coming back my way. Now, like I said, I'm doing this in real time. I'm not going to fast forward, so it takes a second for some of these things to happen. Hold on. So, Karen B laughing at me. Flat Earth New Zealand, and rightly so, meaning that I should have only been blocked and insulted. Okay. Defund NASA, Wolfie is an idiot. Yeah, go ahead and challenge him on that. Uh, from Rich Barry, whoever the hell he is. Lie Sparkane, that you? Okay, I'm getting all I'm getting is laughs back. Okay. Now, I wrote back here. I started writing back. I said, so that would be hypocrisy on Bob's part then, because Bob was saying that he wants to do testing, but if offered to do a test, and I was even going to participate in the test, and even do the legwork of producing the information, they ran from that. Okay. Now let's see here. Hold on. Defund NASA comes back with Live Sparkane. Now, what I just wrote back, obviously, was so that would be hypocrisy on Bob's part. Then, nice to know. And these little dark spots, those of you who have Windows 10, obviously, you know I was making screen caps. Okay, here we go. Sly, I have an experiment for you. $10,000 if you can prove the rotation on the Earth. I paused, by the way. Um, I asked on the video for that $10,000 experiment exactly what proof do we have that there's going to be a payout on it? Because of the fact that I mean, if I'm going to do the legwork and I'm going to show you stuff, which I already have on my channel, and you won't research, um, the I asked a simple question on Eric Dubé's promotion of this particular thing. How do we know that it's going to be paid out? Um, there's already been enough people who have said, who have actually gone through the enormous list of yeah, how do I say it? Rules and terms and stuff like that. But you know, there's basically it's going to be judged by flat earthers saying, there won't be any critical analysis of it, and there's no proof that the money even exists. And as a matter of fact, that video is incredibly disliked. And so, I mean, that tells you a lot. Disliked as in, the check blocks on there. In fact, I think there was at one point there was like it was all dislikes and no likes, and flat earthers were still defending it, which is curious at best. So anyway, um, let's see. Hold on. Now, since Rich was talking to me, I'm assuming that he's laughing at me, and then the response that I made. Karen B, one of the moderators, got the block symbol, a cry and baby symbol. Yeah, okay, that's of course exactly how you should address somebody who's asking you a question. And then so I was responding to that. I said, see, just look at the responses. And I put on here, no FE is interested in experimentation or experimental fact. Just following the Globebusters. I think I put it in there, the Globebusters, or yeah, just following the mantra of the Globebusters without testing it. Now, up to this point, I can acknowledge that I was still in the chat. Then, of course, whenever I now what I was doing, you'll see me moving some stuff around here is because I was actually bringing up stuff. That's why I did the full picture here as well, so you can see what was actually going on the screen. Experiment. What is your hypothesis? Defund NASA. I think I'm starting to believe that that's Oakley, but I'm not certain. Now here's yeah, your delusional Sly from another moderator. And then Sly Sparkane, you're full of crap. You obviously missed the tests that have already been done. There are many. Actually, Karen, there's not. Okay. I saw your little circular sunspot thing. I thought that was hysterical. And but instead of just laughing at it, I actually brought it up on a video and showed why it was that was wrong. There is no experimentation. Now, she goes here in a second. She starts talking about FE core, which I thought was funny. But I wrote back. I said, "Am I? Show me which test only concludes." Yeah, my bad spelling. Oh, and this is when it really starts coming. Okay, I got to smack my head from one person here, and then Matt J asked me, "What are you testing?" But I was writing back to Karen. I said to her, I said, "Am I? Show me one test which includes FE." And then I answered back to Matt J that I had made a public offer to Globebusters and all this. But look, here we go. Spies like us, no, not correct. We have laid out the facts many times over. Uh, Sly Sparks, Kane is here, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. I love it when people try and screw with my name. It's just, it's hysterical because that's all they got. Okay. Now I had made a public offer to Globebusters, which I was just talking about before, and I put on here, and they ran with nothing but insults, which is fact, by the way. You might see that as a provocation or something like that. That is fact. And even Jeranism made a separate comments about it. Morgile and Bob made comments about it. They even said that they would only do it if I would die at the end, which I thought was, you know, okay. So moving on. There we go. Here's another one. At Slash Barcane, we understand perspective and distance shrinkage. Yeah, so do I. I've modeled it out. Have you? Let's see. Your belief in the curvature is like a belief in your lap. It disappears as soon as you stand up. That's yeah. That's really creative, dude. Let's see. Rich Burley. How does water conform to the exterior of a spinning ball? Can you please provide a practical demonstration? See, now this is what I'm talking about. You guys all demand practical demonstration, but provide none. You have not one flat earther has provided a single demonstration that will ever only comply with the Earth being flat. Not one. Not one. Okay, you can make observations and say, "Oh, well, the Earth must not be as big, as small as they said it was," or stuff like that. If you want to take out things that like demonstrable facts like refraction and stuff like that, if you want to take that out, be that ignorant then. Okay, but don't come at me demanding practical demonstration when you have none. Let's see here. Oops. Yeah, I was checking things. I think I was making screen caps at this point. But there was somebody down there had actually replied to me. I want to make sure I don't miss that. Oh yeah, I wanted to reply to Spies Like Us, and I said to him, "What facts?" But let me pause here because there was somebody else who said something here. Uh, Razor FE Sly is not sly at all. Yeah, I love that. But what point does that bring up? You're not a spy at all. So whatever. Um, let's see. What is the open test that you made? And then I think I replied to him with I went over to get the actual link for it. Yeah, see now everybody see when an insult comes out, then people jump on the bandwagon, right? Because he's this guy here, Racer Fe, is responding to spy like us, who says that I'm not sly, and he says no, he isn't. Yeah. Here's your test, Sly. Show curvature. Have done that. Even Bob Morgan or Bob Skiba did that. So, you know, y'all can ignore this shit all you want. And then of course Ben White. Why are you here? Well, isn't it supposed to be an open forum? People seeking truth. Now, I was replying to Matt J. What I do here, I just jump over to my videos real quick, and I grab up the uh, the Globebusters test that I did, or the Globebusters invitation that I did, just so I can put the URL into the thing. I was going to grab that one, the one that's actually in the properties thing, but the formatting's different, so I went over to the actual video and I dropped that in there. Now I thought it was funny because I actually do research the stuff that people tell to me. Karen B put up on the drive the the uh, the PDF from FE Core about their laser tests, which I'm sorry, the president of FE Core could not answer how the laser was leveled, and when he actually did answer it, compared to the data that's in that PDF, you didn't level the laser, therefore your test was invalid. All you ended up with is an I see it test. Look up my video, go right ahead. It's called FE Core Can't Laser. But you won't. and you won't comment on it, and you won't make any kind of objective reply to it. You'll just say that I'm a paid shill and various other answers like you've responded in this thing here. But this is me pulling up what her link was, and that's when I found out that it was the FE Core doc. And then I answered her back. I said, page 13 of the PDF told me all I needed to know. Yeah, I like this. Let me respond to this here real quick. What's the name of that video? Red's rhetoric and Jaren versus Jarenism. That Jaren mops the floor with Red. Spacefish and all other flat earthers. Um, in the video debate on the non sequitur show, um, Red's rhetoric versus Jarenism. Jarenism brought absolutely nothing, and that's objectively speaking. Okay, that's objective. I'm not even. I would love to actually argue the points that Jaren actually brought to the discussion, but Jaren brought nothing to the discussion. He was actually stopped 3 times, asking if he was actually going to provide something. All he brought to the discussion was they lie. That is all he brought to the discussion. You need to understand that. That's an objective critique. Okay? Reds brought experiments. Reds brought observations. Reds even brought calculations. Okay? Jaren brought absolutely nothing. And then later on, the other one between Reds and Southern Israelite brought absolutely nothing to the discussion. I think he brought up the sunlight reflections on the water. I think I remember that because I was thumbing through it. But he brought nothing to the discussion. Absolutely nothing. Y'all really need to, and this is an objective view. That's not me just not liking Southern Israelite or not liking Jeranism. They brought nothing to the debate. Period. Okay. Understand that. That's objectively speaking. Okay. But anyway, I wrote there. I said, Karen B. Page 13 of that told me all I need to know. Meaning referring to page 13 of the FE Core PDF. Yeah. Let's see. Now, whoever intellectual ketchup is, I am diagnosing with GCI, which I'm sure is supposed to mean CGI disorder. Global cognitive. Oh no, he actually has a different name for it. Sorry. Global cognitive impairment involves cognitive impairment in differentiating facts from fiction. It's a symptom of the blind belief in globe theories. No, see, intellectual ketchup. Let me go ahead and just answer that as well. I test every claim, every single one of them. I challenge Bob, Morgile, Jeranism to actually test their own model and show me how it works. Okay. They keep on claiming that they have a model and they're refining it and stuff like that. The AE map, which Bob is now back on board with, and Jaren has never left, and the majority of flat earthers actually do believe. I just get some people who come over and say that nobody believes in that anymore. It does not work. Period. As a matter of fact, I won't even go into that because I haven't gotten a response back yet. But yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't. Not even at all. And so, okay. So anyway, so much for that. I did a screen cap there, and then I went to go type something else in, and I think this is where I think right after saying page 13 of that told me all I needed to know, I got blocked, I think. Oops. Yeah, I went over to when I was recording that the the Globebusters video that I had brought up was actually playing, and then I started hearing my audio, so I went over there to kill the audio on it. But let's see. Now, I had put on there. I said page 13 is told me all I needed to know, and Riley comes back and says, which isn't that much. Well, if I take the sarcasm out of it, you're right. There's nothing in that document. But page 13 told me all I needed to know. I was looking at something to see if there was something else that I had missed. And then, now apparently other people might have noticed or something like that. It says, ha ha ha, bye bye, Sly. Right? Now, I don't know if other people can notice decisions that are made on the stream, but I don't know. But so why are you here? You think you're on a ball. I can test and prove that we're on a ball. Have tested and proved that we're on a ball. Wolfie has done it. Sean has done it. Reds has done it. Soundly has done it. Oh my God, the list is long. Even there have been even people who have just basically walked away from this discussion who have done it. Uh, the list is incredible, but y'all don't research that. Y'all don't look at it. Y'all don't test it. Y'all just follow the words of these idiots. Okay, and yes, I'm saying idiots because anybody who believes something without testing it is an idiot. My words. Then I was writing back to Sleeping Warrior or to Riley. Oh, here we go. Look, look, look. Ha ha ha. See you in 300, Sly. Which means I got muted. Now I didn't notice that until after I was typing because I was actually responding to which isn't that much. Let's see. Sorry, Sly, but you just suck. Like bad. Coming from Ace McCloud. See, now you show me where somebody has given me an objective response. You know, show me where I'm not just confronted with insults and bullshit. Sly Sparkane, you know you have nothing. Now I agree with Matt here. One thing I noticed since I just discovered this stuff about flat Earth, a lot of people have questions. That's for sure. Of course, but you enter a question does not negate its answer. A question means you don't know the answer, therefore you should test and try and find out what the answer is. Okay, that's just fact. See, and this is where I start writing that. I wrote, see, no test, no facts, just defense and insults. But when I hit enter on it, I'm timed out. Okay. And then you got other people here. So apparently somebody can see this. It says, did the door hit you on the way out? Butt hurt much? Okay. I challenge anybody who responded to me at all to come onto my channel or make your own video proving anything about the AE map that is being promoted by Bob and Jaron and various others. Prove to me the words that Bob said that the equatorial mount works on flat Earth. And I don't mean go out and actually use one because you would be using one not with your opinion that we're already on a flat Earth. I want to see a model. I want to see somebody actually model it out. See, I accept models. I accept diagrams because of the fact that those can be actually checked and tested. Okay. And they can also be modified to find out exactly what it is causing A or B to occur. Okay. But nevertheless, and then let's see. It says you probably don't even understand that PDF. Karen B, open invitation. Make a video reading page 13 of that video out and tell me how that would apply to doing a laser test. Okay? Or getting an accurate result from a laser test, excuse me. Dare you. And I mean, even if you make it, I want to know exactly what results you would come up with. Okay? Because I've already done that legwork. But nevertheless, yeah, Ben White, 2 words, cognitive dissonance. And now what's funny is Riley laughs at me for getting timed out, right? But then I think at one point, yeah, says, "Don't time out Sly. He's funny." So which one is it, Putz? So all in all, that's basically all that is. Like I said, I'm muted, and I did not go back to put anything else in. You can go ahead and check the live stream on that. I didn't go back, so I just wanted to let y'all know that the objective, truth-seeking um, claimants of flat Earth have absolutely no interest in performing tests, have absolutely no interest in performing experimentation, ignore and block critique, ignore and block people who actually do test their claims and show you that they don't work. Okay. Hold on a second here. Let me check the chat here real quick. Oh my God. Really? I got 116 people watching this time of the day? Well, I appreciate all y'all stopping by. Let's see here. I will watch that video afterwards here, NASA. Let's see here. Display. Gleam, get this through your head. Just like you're 28 degrees up the your claim that the horizon is 23 degrees up and thereby also 3 miles away, horizon is bullshit, okay? Um, which you have not modeled. You have not shown exactly how that works, despite repeated attempts. I even modeled it out for you live. And your thing about local GPS, there's no such thing as local GPS, okay? We even looked it up for you on screen by the device name that you even asked. So you need to you really need to drop that. What? I got a flat earther in here defining my name? Sly, having or showing deceitful or cunning nature. Well, cunning is good. I'll take that. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. I have a challenge for you, and the prize is 100% pride. Localized GPS. Okay, look. There is no such thing as local GPS. You absolute moron. Hold on a second. And I'm saying absolute moron not because that is the first time I've heard this. We've showed this to him. So a moron, or at least learning resistant person. Hold on a second here. Okay. What he's referring to is the local positioning system. Okay. Now, all this is for local use on small areas. That's all it is. Local use on small areas. It has nothing to do with GPS at all. So, enough of that crap. You showed me a doc which agreed with me. No, I didn't. You are not right. His argument has to do with GPS and it being local. Let's see. Why are you 1300 live? Don't you have to work? No, actually, I'm happily off this week because I was on shift all last week. Let's see. I don't care what you have to say, Gleam. We've already had your discussion. We have had your discussion. Mind you, I'm not saying I don't care about what you have to say because you're a flat earther. I'm saying we've had your discussion already. So, okay. So, nevertheless, it's lunchtime here, and so I'm going to be go ahead and ducking out here. And so I just wanted to bring up my experience last night in the chat for um with it, at the Globebusters location, and yeah, and so I just wanted to make sure that I you know shared my experience with you about how objective and open and receptive they are, and in the seeking of truth and knowledge and la di da di da di da. Um, so and Gleam, yeah, because it's lunchtime. Sorry, sweetie. Um, so that's all I got for you today, and I hope you really enjoyed this. And I look forward to, well, not hearing from Bob and not hearing from Jaron and not hearing from anybody. But I look forward to you at least producing your own videos on how the AE map works, Bob and Jaron specifically. When it comes down to the speed of the sun and the rotation of the stars and star trails and oh my god, how many damn things are. Hey, thanks, Brainer. The and all that. I would absolutely love to see your videos on that. And don't make them very long, because listening to you guys bullshit for very long is just kind of sucks. Um, and I also look forward to yeah, like I said, equatorial mounts. Go ahead, feel free to do that. And Karen B, I look forward to your assessment and application of page 13 of the PDF so that and how you would define that as a legitimate way to perform a laser test where you are trying to find curvature or not. Um, I know you're actually going to come back and say that we saw the laser, blah blah blah, and all this, but that's an I see it test. I've shown that you can bend a laser at least 5 degrees due to evaporation at the surface. So, and if you don't want to accept that, or at least obviously you won't accept it by my words, please look up the video FE Core Can't Laser um, with my assessment of page 13, and I look forward to your response. I really do. That's not being sarcastic. I look forward to your response because see, I actually care about the words of objective testers who say things back to me, even if we're not even on the same page. Uh, Page meaning we're not of the same opinion. I invite stuff like that, but to this point, Flat Earth has not yet shown me any of that. So, ladies and gents, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Oh my god.